So I've got the M4 iPad Pro 11-inch and I'm going to be returning it. And no, this is not clickbait or anything like that. This is actually, I believe, my first video talking about a product that I'm going to be returning. And usually I don't do this, but I felt that for the M4 iPad Pro, I should share my experience and my thoughts about why exactly I'm going to be returning this. This may apply to you, it may not, but just hear me out on my thoughts and experiences. By the way, if you're new to the channel, hi there. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. I post lots of videos on iPad minis, so definitely be sure to stay subscribed if you want to see more iPad mini content and also other tech related things. But let's talk about the M4 iPad Pro, because also iPad mini does play a factor into why I'm returning this. So I initially wasn't going to pick this up, but then changed my mind and said, hey, I'm gonna make content about the iPad Pro, but also try to find a way to implement it into my workflow. My workflow is fairly simple. Like on a day-to-day basis, I'm using my 15-inch MacBook Air M3 as my editing, for the channel, using Final Cut Pro and Mac OS and whatnot. And maybe find a way to kind of implement this as a hybrid device type of thing. And I know I'm not looking for this to have Mac OS. It shouldn't, but maybe something close to it. I don't know. But here's the thing. After using this for a little bit of time, I just couldn't find a way to implement it. Yeah, maybe using it as a secondary display for Final Cut Pro, but I really didn't need that either. As of right now, like the work that I get done for the channel, I don't have a need for a secondary display, and that may change for others. It may be different for others, but for me, it just hasn't been that way. I just need one display, whether it be the 15-inch or whether I'm at home and this right here, my 32-inch Samsung M8 monitor, they both get the job done. So I don't need a secondary display. And also the fact that I didn't pick up the Magic Keyboard or the Apple Pencil Pro, and that also might be a factor as to why I'm returning it, because I couldn't really get that Apple Pencil Pro experience or the Magic Keyboard experience, and you may need that if you're picking up an iPad Pro. I don't think you should pick up an iPad Pro as a media consumption device, which in my case, this has been a media consumption device. Like, I'll open this up while I'm having some breakfast or while I'm sitting on the couch, and I'll just open up some YouTube or you go on Safari and look up Yu-Gi-Oh! GX episodes, and I'll just be watching that on my iPad Pro. Beautiful tandem OLED display, but I think this has more potential, but made for other consumers, not for me. It just has been a media consumption device for me. And here's the thing, I carry my iPad mini 6 already as a media consumption device because I think it's just like the perfect, it's not too large. And this is compact too, 11-inch, but obviously when you put it, next to the iPad mini 6, it's much larger. So I think this is, and also easier to carry around, it's more portable. So this is my media consumption device. I already have my media part taken care of with the iPad mini 6. I use my iPhone 15 Pro Max that's recording this video right now, again, for photos and videos, but also I have my iPhone 13 mini, which I absolutely adore and I love, and I use this for photos and videos as well. And if you're catching on, I love the mini setup, but nonetheless, I'm using these devices to take care of photos and videos. I have my 15-inch MacBook Air to take care of my work for the channel. So again, I've pretty much knocked out everything that I do on a day-to-day basis with other devices. So when it comes to the iPad Pro, I couldn't figure out, this would not replace my iPad mini 6 or cannot replace my other, my 15-inch MacBook Air. Now, here's the thing, use case may vary. I know some of my friends who have an iPad Pro as their main computing device, like an M1 or an M2 iPad Pro. And if I said iPad Air, please scratch that, iPad Pro. I've seen them use it for their college career, and kudos to them. That is a huge thing, and it's possible. It truly is possible for everyone to use it for their own use case. But for me, it's just I was not able to, and by the time Final Cut Pro came to the iPad Pro, I already got used to it, using it on a MacBook anyway, so I'm not gonna switch everything over to the iPad. And I guess there's still a learning curve to using Final Cut Pro on the iPad. And by that time, I'm like, you know, I also adore having Mac OS as well. So I think this wouldn't be able to replace my iPad Pro. And Apple isn't really touting this as a replacement for their Mac devices, because obviously that would cannibalize Mac sales, but more as a companion device. And I see where they're getting at, but again, this may be a companion device for other users, but it just wasn't for me. And also, I also want to put this out too. And by the way, I love this space black color. The M2 iPad Pros are just as good, and they're probably now on sale too. I'm not sure if Apple directly sells them, but you can definitely pick one up from like Amazon, probably from Best Buy. Even pick them up Amazon Renewed, whatever it is. And I've used Renewed products before. They're just like new, so definitely be sure to check that out. You're getting pretty much the same day-to-day experience and a still gorgeous display. It's not tandem OLED, but it's still a beautiful display. So definitely be sure to check out those M2 iPad Pros. So yeah, you're gonna see some more content on the iPad Pro, hopefully in the future. But for now, I will be returning this iPad Pro. I wasn't going to pick it up, like I said in the beginning of the video originally, but I said, you know what, let me make content and let me try to see if I can implement it into my workflow. Again, I purchased this myself, so once I'm done making content with the iPad Pro, I will be switching back to my iPad Mini 6, and I will be returning my iPad Pro. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts about the M4 iPad Pro. Again, I'm not talking negative about the device itself, this computing device itself. It is a beautiful device. The iPad Pro is beautiful, and for those who use it, you're going to love it, but it just wasn't for me. Anyway, I don't want to bore you guys out anymore. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, definitely be sure to super that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel a lot. Will help push my content out to more people. If you want to see more content on like iPads, iPad Mini, iPhone 13 Mini, or Samsung Pixel, OnePlus devices, definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel. I got lots of videos in the works. All these videos are thanks to you guys for supporting the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one.